When we had last left Team Watcher, they had journeyed to the lair of the Ancient, who turned out to be a giant freaky lava dragon that had slain the High Priestess of the Rathun here at the Jagged Keep. And so they did have to negotiate or do battle with this terrible dragon, this terrible beast, in order to obtain the Rathun's ancient Torc of power that would reveal the way and path forward to Eothas. Luckily, Team Watcher was able to send and make that big freaky dragon flee away for fear of the volcano erupting and enclosing it within during the immense, probably forthcoming battle between Eothas and Modren. And so, with the Torc in hand, Team Watcher did return to this guy here with the big beard, and he said, "That sucks that the High Priestess died. Go on ahead, Team Watcher. Go talk to Eothas. We'll be ready in just a bit." And so they did. This is Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Welcome back. Let's see. Let's turn off all this stuff. There we go. Good. Now, also, in between videos, got a message from gentle viewer Mark, who, in essence, said, "Hey, it would be a great idea to go back and get Jody for this, because she has some very interesting dialogue, or specifically, like, funny dialogue, something like that." I forget the specifics of it. Actually, I should not say specifically, because I forgot. But that makes a lot of sense, because Jody, of course, is, like, really into Eothas shit, right? And I thought, you know what, that's a great idea, I'll go back and get her. You can't. The path back to the ship is destroyed. There is a massive, like, hole in the ground there now. I guess one of the... Whenever you progress forward or something, whenever something shakes the camera and all that, it must block the way back, because I cannot go back there. Originally, my idea was, yeah, we'll just get all of the characters with interesting relationships with religion in our group. So that would be Takehu, Jody, Pallegina, and Adair, right? But we cannot. We must go forward with Maya. All right. Let's see how it turns out. There we go. And let's see. Do some of this. That said, if there is some sort of inn... Is there an inn around here? No, there isn't, is there? No, because well, hang on. What about those dudes way back where? I'm willing to go back and check real quick. Remember that one little room in the opening area? I am willing to check on that. I don't think... Would they trade with us? I can't remember. I think they did. They might offer a way for us to swap out our party. We'll see. Okay, here we are. Let's head on back. You know what? Now that we're kind of in the area, and we're going to go back here and double check on this, I guess I may as well show you, because there is a bit of, like, ambient dialogue from the group that will play when we see that it's been barred off. It should still play, because I just straight up loaded the save rather than walking all the way back through the load screens. Alright, let's see. Who here... This dude, the flame caller right here.
What would you have of me, puny kith?
Let's see. No, you don't. Okay. Never mind. I could have sworn he had inventory or whatever available, but I guess not. Let's see. But yeah, like I said, it's right over here. We can totally check real quick. Hear that fun little bit of dialogue. For me, it was Adair who said something. I don't know if it'll be Adair again this time. We'll see. We'll see who it is that says anything, if anything even does get said. But yeah, totally unexpected that we can't go back to the ship.
I'm gonna miss the outside world.
Right. See? Look at this. Huh. What even did that? What even slammed there? Was it the dragon flying away? She was, like, such a dick? She blew that up or something? Good God, man. Alright. Let us get on back. We'll do a big cut. That way you don't have to see me running through the entire keep. Alright, here we are, once again, back at Bathor Urkin. Here, let's see, we should actually change around our formation a bit. No, because I think Takehu is our squishiest, so he should be in the rear. Okay, let's see here, let's activate the Torc now between, or whatever's going to happen here. I guess, like I said, I think it'll just shift all of this, and they'll come down with us, even though they said they weren't. Weird. You stand before the shrine of Modren, goddess of flame and war. Lifting your eyes, fiery motes begin to streak across your vision as you stare into the imposing cast of her likeness. Oh shit. For the span of a single breath, everything falls eerily silent. The Rathun behind you fade away. Flames to either side of you flicker higher, dancing without sound. But the heat is real, licking at your skin. Then metal groans as Modren's statue bends her head to you in greeting.
Watcher, the time does not allow for niceties.
Oh, that's cool. It's not like her, like the imagery we had seen before when we were like tripping major balls. It is literally the head of this statue. Here is her icon. Okay. Her words flow like lava from her lips, like the trails that burble hotly from her eyes.
Even now, Eothas gains strength from the spire. What progress have you to report?
Ooh, Priest of Modren. Man, this would be so interesting if you're like a priest of whatever deity, and then throughout the games, this game even more so, like you end up going against your god or whatever. Huh. How does this story even continue to play out? Like, how does the reveal occur if you are some sort of devout priest or whatever? Does that shake your faith or whatever? I guess it depends on how you play your character. It probably gives you options. The Rathun are preparing a final assault against Eothas. I haven't yet spoken with Eothas. Let's tell her. The Rathun are preparing a final assault.
Then they will burn to ash and return to the mud kiln from whence they came.
Geez, so nice about your most devout followers. She leans forward, the copper of her corded arms gleaming from the blustering flames. She tugs her sword free from her plinth, and the entire shrine shudders with heat.
Presently I shall erupt this volcano, and with it consume Eothas. I suggest you retreat if you at all value your mortal form.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. It's been kind of hinting at that. But wild that she would even bother to tell us, huh? Like, why didn't you tell us ahead of time before we made landfall here? What the fuck? You sealed the Maw's entrance beneath a landslide. Oh, yeah! Wow, so it does actually acknowledge that. Okay. Do you not care about the Rathun at all? I need more time to reach Eothas. No, you sealed the Maw's entrance. I straight up saw it. That's so... Oh my god, I'm so glad we actually physically went back there and saw that. Because I bet this wouldn't be here if we didn't go back to see it. Alright, you sealed the entrance, you asshole.
That was but a minor flare of temper. I cannot be concerned with it now. Though I understand why it may be a concern of yours.
You just said that I should get out of here, and now what the fuck is wrong with you?
Fare thee on, Watcher. My condolences, should you die.
What a dick. She inclines her head once more in a stalwart farewell. Wow, that's it? She's just like, whoops. Like, yeah, you should get out of here. I'm gonna blow this up. Oh, I broke the only path for you to get back? Whoops. What an asshole! The avatar of the goddess flashes over the imposing statue before you. As the image fades, her absence leaves the shrine cold and deathly silent. Interact with the shrine. Yo, Eothas is gonna end up saving us, isn't he? This is where the big twist comes up, that we find out why Eothas is doing all this shit. And it's gonna be like, oh shit, I guess maybe Eothas was onto something kind of interesting, right? Maybe is this enough to convince you that maybe Eothas isn't doing something completely bad, despite the fact that also at the same time he's kind of wrapped up and killed a whole bunch of people in the process. But this thing that he's working against and trying to prevent or fight, it's far worse. Interact with the shrine. There we go. To be clear, I have no idea what the twist will be, right? This is merely just speculation. A statue of Modren towers above you, bloodied and battle-ready, The goddess clutches both sword and shield. At the base of the statue, a rectangular iron-slatted altar rests between two unlit braziers. Okay. Place the torque on the altar. Examine the altar. Well, let's at least examine it. The slatted top of the altar has been hammered silver water smooth. Oh, okay. I've never heard of silver water, though. Except for a single circular groove, notched deep into the center of the slab. Charred bits of metal, leather, and bones are piled in the interior of the circular groove, the remains of prior offerings to the goddess. Alright, put that torque up in there. Oh, shit. The braziers on either side of the altar flare to life, red-hot flames shooting high before settling into a steadier, softer burn within the bowls. Lava eddies beneath iron grating in the floor, heating the soles of your feet, while the statue herself seems to wake. Oh no, now there's two big freaky god statues! Metal groaning, rasping as the shrine moves. You've lost the Torc of Bithakten. I guess they're used to this. They seem relatively unconcerned with all this freaky shit going on. Oh, yeah, this thing is totally going to lower. They all got off of it. Alright. A statue of Modren towers above you, eyes flaming, fists gripping her instruments of war. I think that's new. At the base of the statue, a rectangular iron-slatted altar rests between two blazing braziers. In the center of the altar, the Torc of Bithakten brightly burns, an offering to Modren. Descend into the depths of Ashen Maw. Oh shit! With a squeal of metal against metal, the entire floor drops a stomach-lurching 5 feet. Chains clang like the toll of a bell as they catch, pounding against the time-worn gears. Then, the shrine begins steadily lowering into the maw. As the shrine cranks lower into the maw, Eothas' colossal, Audra-carved dome, neck, and shoulders slowly emerge into view. This close, the god rises up like a mountain, larger than you ever remember having seen him. Energy vibrates from his massive body, and a cacophony of mutterings and shouts from the souls whirling within it slams into you, nearly knocking you from your feet. Oh shit. Huh. So even being just in his presence, the power of all of the different souls contained within his body are like causing us some sort of physical agony. Oh shit. Oh my god. Look at this. Holy fuck. Oh look, we have his ear. Fuck. Let's go over here. There we are.
I wish my diplomatic training included the polite way to get a god's attention.
I'm just gonna yell up at him. Hey, you big bald bastard! Alright. Yeah, this is clearly nowhere we're going to fight. Look at this. This is not a boss arena at all. Alright. Oh, shit!
Watcher, I wasn't sure you'd make it. But there is enough of you in me to grasp that you had a better chance than most.
Huh.
Some would say it's because you have a strong soul. Great deeds come easily to one so spiritually blessed.
What does that even mean, though? What is... Is it just because I'm a watcher? Does that somehow improve my soul or something? Or is it because I came into contact with the gods multiple times and they, like, amplified my soul or some shit?
Or have you become great because of what has been thrust upon you? Watcher of Cadnua, Herald of Berith, Hound of Eothas.
Okay. I see what he means now. I don't know. Whatever the reason, I'm still standing. It's in my soul. It always has been. Greatness is my birthright. Okay, yeah, that's definitely not my character. Each of us simply does the best we can. My trials have made me who I am. I've had enough of this. I followed you into this damn volcano to get some questions answered. Good fortune and good people have carried me the whole way. I'd be nothing without them. Remain silent. I like 3 or 5. Let's see. Each of us simply does the best we can. Good fortune and good people have carried me the whole way. I'd be nothing without them. Yeah, let's say this. Good fortune and good people.
As would we all. But you have come a great distance for answers. What would you ask of me, Watcher?
I need to know why you've come back. Can you atone for all of the damage you've done? Give me back the soul you took from me. Let's say this. Can you atone for all of the damage you've done?
No. Not now. Not in your lifetime. Perhaps in 100 generations, the books and tongues of Kith will forget the name Eothas.
Right, yeah, even he acknowledges, like, the cost of what he is doing. And I guess whatever it is, he deems it to be necessary, right? He thinks that the ends justify his means.
A penance, paid in full, noted by none. That would be my absolution.
You're just gonna wait for us to forget what you did? That's your penance?
Adair stands in a broad posture, the one he so often takes when placing himself between friend and foe. His neck is sharply craned to meet the unblinking stare of his god.
Oh, fuck. That is so good. Oh my gosh, explicitly that it describes him as like a tank here.
How about you start by giving back the souls you took? Or maybe by apologizing to every one of your followers, especially the ones that died for you.
The molten rock of Modren's teeth gleams bright orange in his eyes, and he looks like a man overtaken by a furious spirit.
You owe this Watcher here. You owe my brother Woden, and every last one of us that ever followed you. And you owe me. I never asked you for much, but you owe me better than what you're given.
Holy shit, this is really good.
I cannot atone for my mistakes with words alone, Adair. I know this now. It is why I began this journey and why I must move on. But you have come here for other answers. Why I have returned, where I am going. Am I answering to you, or to Berith?
I need to know. The gods fear you have something catastrophic in mind. After all you've done, I think every creature that lives and breathes on Eora needs to know. Let's go with this last one here. I like that.
And it would seem even she whose presence shakes the heart of this mountain needs to know.
I wouldn't know. Lie. I wouldn't know. Modren is prepared to take drastic measures to stop you. Do you mean Modren? Huh. Let's see. Should we say... I'm worried that saying Modren is prepared to take drastic measures to stop you implies that I am siding with Modren here and that I agree with her methods just as well. Right? It's very interesting, though, because neither of them, like, in the same way that Eothas is doing whatever he thinks is right, which we don't know yet, but we assume there'll be some sort of justification. So too is Modren doing similar. Like, she's really in it just for herself here to accomplish her own goals. Her most devout followers be damned. Fuck them. Burn them alive in the volcano. They'll enjoy it or whatever. Right? It's like these immense and powerful titanic forces playing in their own field and just crushing and annihilating all those beneath them. Like, very rarely giving a shit. If anything, ironically, Eothas may be the only one who gave a shit, but even in doing so, like, obviously referring to the Saints' War and Eothas' lesson, but in doing so, in trying to teach people a lesson, he fucked over so many people at the same time. Alright. Let's go with this. Modren is prepared to take drastic measures to stop you.
Modren fears what I will do, just as she feared what I would do in the Deerwood. But this time, there is no power on Eora or in all of hell to stop me.
Huh. She feared that he would teach Kith that gods could be stopped? Interesting. No power on Aurora or in all of Hell to stop me. Hell is the colloquial term used for the Beyond in Adir, the Dyrwood, and Raid Saris.
Understand that what I'm saying is neither a boast nor a challenge. It is the clearest statement of truth I can give you, give Berith, in the hopes of dissuading you from taking actions that may harm others.
Huh. Honestly, you know what? A lot of people have been talking it up given the new miniseries and all that. But Eothas and Dr. Manhattan, similar energy. Maybe the same, but definitely similar energy. And not just that they're giant bald people. Alright. Huh. It is the clearest statement of truth I can give Barath, in the hopes of dissuading you from taking actions that may harm others. What are you going to do? Says the one who's killed thousands walking from the Dyrwood to Deadfire. I'll find a way to stop you. I'm not here to stop you, I'm just here for answers. Yeah, let's hold him accountable. We need to speak to power, we're one of the few people able to. Says the one who's killed thousands walking from the Dyrwood to Deadfire.
Yes. I am sacrificing lives from this generation for the benefit of those who have not yet been born.
Right. And of course, this isn't like some big, massive revelation, right? I mean, his reasoning will be the big revelation, the big twist, I'm sure. Like, his exact, precise reasoning. But it's been teasing that he certainly believes this, right? That certainly he does believe that he's doing it for a reason. And even some of his most devout followers believe the same, right? As we've encountered some of them.
The other gods may be willing to make similar sacrifices, but they will be in vain.
Huh.
I am going to force gods and mortals alike to open their eyes to one another. And all the powers of hell cannot drive me from this course. It seems my sister does not like the sound of that.
Can you be more specific? What are you trying to do? Quit dancing around the question. No, we're angry about this. We're fucking mad. Quit dancing around the question.
A fair request. I suppose your time is more limited than mine.
Man, hopefully that water dragon swoops in and saves our asses or something, because it sounds like he doesn't want to.
I want to return the gods to our original purpose, and to allow mortals to worship us, or ignore us, for what we are, not what we pretend to be.
Huh. What was the original purpose, then?
Whatever you're doing, there's gotta be a better way.
Fair.
When I entered Widewin, I did so with the intention of illuminating the history of Anguith. I wanted to show all the nations of the Eastern Reach the machines we had used to create ourselves, how we had hidden our true nature from mortals for millennia. But even if I had succeeded, my words would have been easy to deny. Belief creates the foundation upon which a mind's reality is built.
But even if I had succeeded, my words would have been easy to deny. Belief creates the foundation upon which a mind's reality is built. Right. Yeah, which is kind of like at the core of Pillars of Eternity. Like, it's the themes throughout the entirety of it is like, well, what is... Like, it kind of comes down to what is a god? Like, even if it doesn't follow, like, our definition, someone else can say, like, yeah, they aren't omnipotent, but this... To me, this is still a god. What is, like, your own belief in something... Yeah, totally. This is such a succinct line for all of, like, the deeper themes and meaning behind Pillars of Eternity as, like, a creation. Huh. I wanted to show all the nations of the Eastern Reach the machines we had used. How we had hidden our true nature from mortals for millennia. But this also goes back to what Adair was saying, is there's gotta be a better way. Why did you have to pick the most drastic, fucked up way of doing it, like causing these two nations to war with one another? Could you not have, like, maybe you thought that, yeah, this was the only way to get it through to people, to cause a large enough scene and get people to take notice, right? Maybe, like, why not at least work up to that? Were you short on time? Are you not like some sort of immortal or almost immortal being who has all the time in the world to where you could work up to something like that? Just start small and keep going until until you can, I don't know, figure something out, or wait until the conditions are correct, rather than going through such drastic measures that cost so many lives? Alright, continue.
Some minds can never let go of that foundation. They would rather hold tight to the world in their mind than accept what they're being told.
Right. If that's so, what are you doing this time that will make any difference? Why is it so important that mortals know that the gods came from the Eothas, and even your words could be corrupted by the Leaden Key or Hand Occult? If that's so, what are you doing this time that will make any difference? Yeah, why is it so important that you're willing to throw away lives? Why is it so important that mortals know that the gods came from the Eothas? Also, this is very interesting because this is almost the exact thing that I remember talking about toward the end of Pillars 1 when we met that revelation. It's like, oh shit, this'll change the world forever when we tell everyone. And then it dawned that, why would anyone believe me? Right? Why would someone just believe me, the Watcher of Cadnua? Sure, maybe some would, but it wouldn't change the world. Some people might believe it, and many more I'm sure wouldn't. Alright, why is it so important that mortals know that the gods came from the Eothas?
We began with a dream that if we provided guidance to mortals, each generation of souls would grow stronger. And if the souls grew stronger, societies would become better, moving ever closer to achieving the potential we believed all mortals have within them. Over 2,000 years have passed. Hundreds of generations have been born, lived, and died. If the world has improved under our guidance, mortals should be prepared to understand the truth.
Has the world improved, though? I don't know. And the real question is, did it degrade because of their guidance? I don't think so. Right? I think that no matter gods or no, mortals would probably have still been divided and shit, right? And gone to war with one another, or had some sort of chaotic shit happen, right? There would be another reason for people to fight. Groups like the RDC and the Valine Trading Company and all that shit, they would still come to exist just in different ways, right? You can't just... There are ways to solve that, but I don't know if it's through some sort of godlike power that you can calm that storm, so to speak. I don't know. Continue.
If they have not improved after all of this time, then we have utterly failed in our aims, and there should be a reckoning of our faults.
I don't know. It feels like such a weird way of just like toying with mortals, with Kith. Like just to experiment or something. It almost takes me back to Morrowind and some of the lines from Vivek of how he has become disinterested in the people, in his people, and their suffering, right? There's some good lines in there about Vivek talking about that, and how it's become less about helping people and preventing their suffering and more about winning or being right or proving something. And in this case, is the proving something that they were able to have a positive influence? Like, ultimately, at the end, if you're just trying to prove that you were successful in your aims of improving society, that's purely out of self-interest, isn't it? Especially when it costs so many people lives. Huh. I don't know. Like, is the answer more to just live and let live? But at the same time, you've already not lived and let live. Very fucking complicated, but in the way that it is complex, it is good.
The time has come for a new covenant between gods and mortals. one forged in the light of truth and understanding between our kind. I will leave this place and go to the lost city the Huana call Ukaizo.
There it is.
It is there that all souls pass through the machines of the gods.
You're fucking
where
kidding me,
all
really?
souls pass into the beyond before beginning their next life.
All of them? Whoa, 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 whoa. How fucking important was Ukaizo? So that, when we were in the Beast of Winter, the shit that the old king of Ukaizo said that they were building there, that's it then? Whatever that machine is what permits the wheel? No, it can't be, because the wheel existed beforehand, didn't it? Like, the concept of it. So why would they pass through the machines of gods? I guess that's the real question. Did the wheel, as we know it, and reincarnation in Eora, exist before these machines and before the gods? Did that exist, or was there a different kind of way of doing all that? Was the whole purpose... Oh shit, so did they make the wheel? In doing so, was the whole idea behind reincarnation and the reuse of souls was to strengthen them and better mortality? So then what did they have before the wheel if the gods, or the Eothas, I guess, created it? If they created reincarnation? Wow! Fuck! Huh! That is fucking wild to even consider. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, yeah, of course that's happening.
When I reach that place, I will find our great machines and tear them to pieces. I will smash the great wheel until the lights of hell all gutter and die.
Holy shit, yeah! We were totally right! They created the wheel, they created reincarnation. So what the fuck did they have before? Where did souls come from? Right? Where do current souls... Huh. So the idea is that... Alright, so if we think about like commodities, right? So beforehand, you would always get new souls coming into new people, new bodies, right? And then the Eothas came along and created the wheel. They created reincarnation. So then there was a recycling of souls, which their hope was that recycling souls would eventually, over time, mean that people would become smarter, stronger, whatever, more wise, stuff like that. So is the idea that first, the order of operations is the recycled souls get priority in bodies, and then new souls somehow from wherever they come from that we don't know of then start to enter new bodies? Because of course you can't match the population one for one, can you? Unless there were so many people during the time of Engwith, and all of those great catastrophes and shit that we heard of was like some sort of mass culling. So that way it would be impossible, until we reached a certain point, it would be impossible for current population Eora to even begin to eclipse Engwithan population. Right? So it would always be feeding off of that reservoir from the wheel. Huh. And of course, also, in thinking about them having created reincarnation in the wheel, it brings up all the problems with, like, you know, things that do not have souls. Things that are fucked up in that nature. And it also lends credence to the idea of, like, how we can channel different abilities and stuff, because if it's all man-made in a way. The things that existed beforehand, though, were just like the concept of souls, right? I'd assume? So did they create magic, too? In doing this, did they create magic and the ability for people to call upon it? Or was that a force that existed beforehand? Huh. Yo, there are so many fucking questions. This is so fucking cool! Fuck, I really hope there's a Pillars of Eternity 3 or something else in this world that will tell me more about this shit. Alright, continue.
And when my work is done, I will leave this world forever.
Man, dude.
More destruction. You're tearing the whole world apart because you can't make peace among yourselves.
Damn, tell him, Adair.
Adair, There will never be peace among mortals, so long as they are unwittingly manipulated by the gods.
But Eothas, in this case, Eothas is right, but I feel like Eothas is so unnecessarily filled with self-guilt and self-loathing, and also self-importance, in a way, that he thinks that he is the only cause of shit, but even without this, there will still be bullshit between mortals, right? I mean, I wish I could just say, well, think of the fucking times when you were just in Gwithins and shit. Surely there was not divides among your people, right? Surely there was still strife and stuff in the world that, like, there's not just one switch you can flick that solves everything, especially when flipping that switch kills thousands of people. Fuck, man.
The divine enslavement that Boudica reveres perpetuates ignorance, chaos, and violence across the world.
The divine enslavement that Boudica reveres perpetuates ignorance, chaos, and violence across the world. And Boudica, of course, is goddess of justice, law, oaths, promises, rulership, vengeance, memory, and hierarchies. Right, so of course she'd be into that stuff. Depicted as an old noblewoman bearing a broken crown upon her head, said to have once ruled over the gods, but has since been overthrown. Right, maybe we'll get more of that. And of course, for those who have little experience with the first game, Boudica was what the Leaden Key... the Leaden Key was trying to reincarnate her in some sort of body. Right, similar to the Saints War in Weidwin, or what we see here. They were trying to bring her into her own hot bod.
I only wish to destroy the darkness that surrounds the gods, that you may better see us for what we are.
And maybe of course we're not giving Eothas enough credit, right? Maybe we're thinking that he thinks that this will solve all, and he doesn't think that it will. Maybe he thinks that this is just one step toward the betterment of Eora as a whole, right? Like, maybe he thinks that, yeah, this won't fix everything, but this is something that I can fix. I have the power to do this, and I'm the only one among our kind, among the gods, who is willing to go through with this, so I'm going to do it. I'm the only one who could ever potentially, ever be the one to fix this, so I'm going to do it. I know it won't fix everything, but I think it'll fix something. And maybe that's his reasoning, which makes Eothas so fucking compelling here, because he makes such an interesting case of, like, incremental improvement of Eora, right? And the well-being of people. Like, it's so much more complicated than your typical run-of-the-mill ends justify the means situation, right? All right, and then of course, if you just saw that and you're just like not in the mood for this intense shit, you're like, what? Which I think is a fucking great response that you can have. That's insane. I hope Modren explodes 2 volcanoes on you for good measure. I guess that's one way to get a response. Say nothing. Huh. Weird. So are we responding to... yeah, to smashing the wheel, right? I will smash the wheel. What? That's insane! I guess that's one way to get a response, or say nothing. I feel like... the closest thing that I would say is, I guess that's one way to get a response, but that seems way too flippant for how serious this situation is. I like playing flippant and, like, irreverent characters, but at the same time, when the shit hits the fan, I like to get down to business, right? Okay. Say nothing.
I admit that's not the response I expected, especially given the volcano erupting around us. Still, I'm surprised Modren is reacting this way. I would have thought she would appreciate a trial of this magnitude, one that tests us all.
Right, goddess of war, fire, purification, transformation, consumption, and trials. Patron goddess of the Deerwood, thought to have blessed the Godhammer bomb that destroyed Weidwin and possibly Eothas. Is the idea that Modren is very much in favor of... I don't know. Of continuing the status quo? Or maybe she does see all of this as a trial, right? Which is why she blessed the Godhammer bomb to destroy Weidwin, because she saw that as where the trial for humanity, or not humanity, for Kithkind, for mortal kind, would begin in his destruction, in Widewind's destruction. I'm not sure. Maybe she sees herself as antagonistic to Eothas, but in doing so, creating trials for Kith. I'm not sure.
Both gods and mortals alike rely on the wheel. We depend on it for the souls that give us power. Mortals depend on it for the lives of future generations. Breaking it will force all of us to face the truth.
Whoa, so then what the fuck? Where will... Is he answering right there? Mortals depend on it for the lives of future generations. So what did Engwithans do? What? Huh. I'm not sure if I understand now then. Or is he saying that like some cultures do depend on reincarnation because some of the cultures of Eora are based around reincarnation? Is that what he's saying? If that's the case, then I understand. But if he's saying that literally by destroying the wheel, it would end all life eventually over time? Which that can't be, because he's doing this out of altruistic means. So it must mean the culture impact, right? Mortals depend on it for the lives of future generations in that, yeah, like specifically the Hoana and their caste system. Alright, continue.
We will fail together or move forward together. Either ending is preferable to the cycle we still find ourselves in.
I don't think so, man. Maybe to you, who has been stuck in this for thousands of years, or 2,000 years specifically, right? Isn't that what he said? But to all the fucking normal-ass people down here, fuck. One is definitely preferable.
Once again, the gods have put you in a precarious position, Watcher. Considering all the troubles I have put you through, the least I can do is protect you from the wrath Modren has intended for me.
It's much appreciated. This doesn't make us even, you know. I didn't ask for your help, and I don't want it. Roll eyes. Oh, praise Eothas. What an amazing gesture. Say nothing. Fuck. Alright, that is such a great line. Roll eyes. Oh, praise Eothas. What an amazing gesture.
For your sake, I will ignore that. Brace yourself, Watcher.
Fuck, this is so good.
Hey, Eothas. We're not done here. You and I, we're not finished. Don't think you can just move me aside like all the rest.
Oh, damn.
Maybe you can't be stopped. But on behalf of everyone you trampled, betrayed, and ignored, I'll be coming to see you again.
Adair spits. In the surging heat, it never reaches the ground.
Wow, fuck.
Perhaps we will meet again, Adair. Until then, take care of the Watcher.
Man. Yo, that
Eothas'
exchange was so
great
good.
hand floats away from the luminous Audra pillar. As it pulls back, for a brief moment you see a golden tether flash into existence between the pillar and the great Titan's back. When the Audra fingers gently cradle you, there is first a sensation of warmth, but it is followed by a harsh splitting of consciousness. Your awareness vacillates erratically between the physical world and the spiritual dimension of Eothas' body.
Whoa.
Your soul glides amid the many trapped with Eothas. As your brilliant form passes by them, they call and reach out for help. Below Eothas' body, the volcano erupts. Molten rock rushes over the great Audra body, but does not slow its movement. Rathun rush to higher ground, but cannot outpace the lava, which overwhelms and consumes them as it rises.
Fuck.
Your attention returns to the heart of Eothas' body. Deep within the whirling masses of souls, you again sense your own presence, the fragment that was taken from you. This time, you reach out to it as it reaches out to you. You meet somewhere in the great mass of Audra, the rest of the souls fading at the edge of your awareness. We are together again. Are you ready to be together again?
Yes, it's about time. Why wouldn't I be? Say nothing. Alright, it's about time.
Are you certain? Since we've parted, you've become someone else, and I have become myself.
Whoa. What? Huh.
When we join, we won't be ourselves anymore.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Your senses yank back to your body, still in Eothas' hand. There is light, sunlight. He has emerged from Ashen Maw, the rim of the volcano and the great keep of the Rathun collapsing behind him. The Audra is barely visible through the thick lava covering his body.
Holy
and
shit.
Still, he moves.
Oh my god, that looks incredible. Holy fuck.
The ocean is gone, water sucked away, leaving only the bare seabed glistening in an ominous silence. You summon the strength to turn your head. Through the cracks in the great god's fingers, you see a wall of water, taller than Nekataka, taller than Eothas, as tall as the moon. It comes with the rumbling of a terrible stampede.
Oh shit, is this Andra now going to attack?
The wave slams into Eothas. His hand closes, protecting you from the devastation. Somewhere in your mind, you hear Andra screaming.
Wow, holy fuck.
You are back inside him. Back with yourself. Are you still the same Watcher who returned the lost souls of the Deerwood to the wheel? The soul observes you, waiting. I am.
Oh shit. Huh. I am, and I hope to return these souls to the wheel before I am done. I am, and I will do everything I can to save these poor souls before I am done. Yes, no. Interesting. So is this asking if my motivations are still the same as they were from the first game, even though things have changed and we've, like, learned new stuff? Whew. That said, there is only one... Okay, interesting. So because of how these answers are, they're not exactly as committal as you might think, right? The first one is the only one that really commits to returning souls to the wheel. The second one, although it does say, yes, save these poor souls before I am done, it does not acknowledge returning them to the wheel. So it depends on, like, what your definition is of saving these poor souls. And of course, you can outwardly just say no. Whoa, man. Are you still the same Watcher who returned the lost souls of the Deerwood to the wheel? I mean, I'm not. Right? You're right, I have changed. Like before, I would have not given much pause to the idea of returning them back to the wheel, but now we know different things. I'm not the same Watcher who did that. I'm different now. Things have changed.
This may be painful then, but I suppose it will be so for both of us. You feel cool air, seawater. The back of your mind pulls your attention back to your body. Eothas stands amid the now calm waves. Kraken futilely clinging to his limbs as he gingerly sets down your ship with one hand. He carefully opens his other, setting your body on the deck. As your head comes to rest, your vision rocks forward, pulled back into the Audra, back to your soul.
My god, this art is incredible. Fuck.
Some of us is lost to him. Fragments and the empty spaces between them. They will always be a part of him. But we are still us. And it's time for us to go. Together.
Together.
The soul rushes toward you, flying into you with ferocious speed. You are thrust back through the Audra, out of the palm of Eothas' hand, back into your body.
Oh my god, what is this creepy shit over here, though?
You can feel the sensation of your skin, the warmth of the Audra, but you are not fully in control. The other soul struggles to reach the surface of the body's consciousness, but you pull it down. Entangled, you float in a dark, boundless expanse. The more you fight each other, the closer you become, until somehow, impossibly, every piece of you is touching every piece of them.
Jesus, if I didn't know any better, I would think that this was the fucking end of the game.
Through the distant window of your eyes, you see Eothas push slowly against your ship. Though his touch is light, it is still the touch of a god. The ship lurches, rapidly tearing across the water southward. His hand pulls away from your ship's wake, his body straightening, towering overhead. The volcanic rock, now cooled and gently steaming, sloughs from his body as he moves. The Audra beneath is still immaculate, unmarred. He watches you depart, and you hear a voice in your mind as you sink deeper into the blackness of sleep.
Tell them what you have witnessed, Watcher. Tell them what is coming.
Fuck, man.
The windows of your eyes retreat into the distance. The fragment of your soul is so close to you in the darkness that you can't tell if its thoughts are separate from your own. Eothas is going to Ukaizo?
Eothas is going to Ukaizo.
He's going to stop the wheel?
He's going to stop the wheel.
Eothas is going to Ukaizo. Eothas is going to Ukaizo. He's going to stop the wheel. The words repeat in your mind until they become an incessant, meaningless mantra. Involuntary meditation in the emptiness of your unconscious. When the words finally dissolve and become part of the darkness, you see a pinpoint of light. You no longer sense the other soul. No longer sense the person you were before Eothas touched you. You swim toward the light.
Whoa. Man, for a second I almost thought that this would be something like analogous to Barath, and how there is a duality among them, right? And we would have something kind of similar to that.
As you come closer, the light becomes two blurry spots of radiance. You settle in behind your eyes and feel your lips already moving, mumbling. Around your body you sense familiar scents and sounds, voices raised in shock and alarm. You take control of your mouth, opening it wide and drawing a great breath.
Oh my god. Holy shit, what an incredible fucking sequence. Good lord, man. Yeah, it for real felt like that could have just been the end of the game. It had been like, to be continued in part 2. And like the second one open, or the third game would open with like Eothas being at Ukaizo and you confronting him there. Right? And then you begin with that big choice or whatever. Huh. That is wild. Especially since we've uncovered the majority of the map, except for that weird foggy area in the very northeastern corner, right? Jeez, I bet before DLC and all that came out, there were a lot of people who played through that and thought that this was the game coming to an end, right? Huh. Then again, I guess in the back of your mind, if you were paying attention to a lot to the story, you'd probably assume, yeah, except for the fact that we haven't really been to Ukaizo, and it seems like it's really teasing that, since almost the beginning, that we would eventually go there. I love this, because we're just learning like more about the forces of nature, or unnature, in Eora, right? With how the wheel may or may not work, and all that. A pounding headache drags you most of the way back to your senses. Your vision blurs, and an acrid taste fills your parched mouth. The details of the room slowly come into focus. The sound of an ongoing debate, a distant echo.
Are we simply going to wait? What if he never wakes up?
Are those frilled collars stuffed in your ears? If the Watcher's mumblings are right, then Eothas is marching on Ukaizo. We have to move.
In the brief silence, you hear Hazanui Karu's boots scrape against the tile as she paces.
He's seizing power from the very gods who betrayed him, destroying the wheel to make sure they never come back.
She shakes her head and chuckles with grim appreciation. So she's in favor of it. He's seizing power from the very gods who betrayed him, destroying the wheel to make sure they never come back.
It's a coup, and we have to muster the strength to stop it.
Oh, okay. Huh.
The unraveling of Kohopa from Tangaloa is our greatest test from the gods, I say. We must live to deserve the world they make for us.
Onikaza rests her chin on her fist and considers. The assembled leaders turn their attention away from each other in a prolonged and thoughtful silence. At last, you feel fully present and steady on your feet. The attention of the room abruptly shifts to you, filling the void with expectant whispers. I'm fine, not that anyone asked. Why is everyone here? Oh, my head. Say nothing. Let's see, why is everyone here?
You're awake. Welcome back, Watcher. Your arrival in the wake of the eruption at Modren's Teeth was alarming. You shared a great deal while you were asleep. We aren't sure what to make of it.
I will choose our next voyage, Akira. No more volcanoes.
Takehu grins and nurses the back of his head.
We are beyond helping each other, you and I. But Ngati persists in keeping you on her watery game board.
Onikaza sighs through her nose and directs her attention to the assembled dignitaries.
The Deadfire is no stranger to cataclysm. We can survive by cleaving to a shared purpose, a greater good, Akira.
She looks to each of the envoys in turn.
For what else did the gods place us here? We who have ships and resources enough to make a difference.
Castol glances around the room at the gathered parties, his brows climbing. It's so interesting to, have come out of that intense shit and then hear their, these faction leaders, their reads on the situation. She, of course, is like, yes, the gods put us here. It was all part of their divine plan, right? When really, they were unimportant in the grand scheme of things to all this, right?
What we need is brass. Rawatai has ships and cannons aplenty, but the only way I'm sending them is if...
She breaks off at the boom of a door slamming open. Commotion echoes from the entrance hall. As everyone turns toward the noise, her hand strays to her gun. Oh, it's the Principe, isn't it? The sound of approaching footsteps grows in volume as a courier scrambles into the throne room, panting and glistening with sweat. His mouth opens and closes like a fish, gasping desperately for breath.
Ships have formed the blockade around Queen's Berth. Their commander demands parley with Serpent's Crown.
What? But what about our ships? I must get a message through to the captains.
For what do our enemies paint a target on their hull? This is a stirring bid for my attention.
Onikaza narrows her gaze past the open door.
Send word to my water shapers to drain the sea around the flagship. I would parley on better terms than this.
Onikaza begins to rise, but the courier speaks up ahead of her.
My queen! They fly the colors of pirates! The Principe are...
Yeah.
Well, what have we here?
Yo, fuck. A confident voice booms from the open door. Oh god, are we about to have to make a choice between them now? Is this... has it all come to a head already? The motley sailors who don't hold the Hoana guards at bay with drawn weapons take in some of the more opulent decorations with avid interest. One pirate separates out from the fold, sauntering boldly forward.
Forgive me, lovesome, but it looks like you're having a party. A rather fine one to which you didn't invite me.
She winks, Sewolnet glinting in the light as she cocks her pistol high above her head.
You painted vagrants are a plague on my tribes. Why should I not hang you from the walls of my garden?
Onikaza grips the handrests of her throne, as if ready to vault up and attack. Honestly, what a fucking great entrance.
You should be asking yourself how they got in here in the first place.
She glowers in the direction of the throne.
Oh, I do love when they squabble. But I'm here for neither pleasantries nor entertainment. We've bigger fish to fry. Or should I say gods?
A determined-looking guard inches closer to Aldis from the edge of the court. Without looking, the Principe captain swivels her pistol to aim straight at his chest.
Now everyone just calm down. I promise we won't fire on you at this time, unless firstly provoked. That is, until whence we've safely absconded from the city back to the high seas.
She grins magnanimously.
Then all bets are off again. Aye?
Yes. Well, if you have a point, pirate, I suggest you reach it quickly.
We're supposed to take a bunch of pirates at their word?
She crosses her arms, the wooden hand groaning.
Right you are. However,
the narrow-eyed look she settles on the room is more than a little bloodthirsty.
I'm here because I've got questions, ones that can't wait. And the lovesome Watcher's the only one likely to answer them nicely.
If we want to reach Ukaizo, we'll need every ship at our disposal. All of us must plan for the inevitable. Even if we cooperate, Eothas wins. With friends like these, our cause is doomed already. Listen. Huh. That's interesting. So is the whole idea that you can't prevent this? Is it even possible to prevent this? Because Eothas straight up made it very clear that nothing, he is now at a point where nothing can stop him. No matter what happens in this game, he will end up breaking the wheel, right? Huh. Okay, with friends like these, our cause is doomed already. Listen. So we are trying to prevent the breaking of the wheel, right? Would we want to, though? Oh, I'm not fucking sure. What a hard call to make. Oh. Fuck, that is a very difficult question. And I feel like the game is about to ask me it. Would I want to break the wheel? Or at least it would ask me it for the first time. And then I think maybe in the final moments it'll ask me again for real. Right? Because I think Pillars 1 was similar to that. It would continue asking you these questions and getting you to stew on them. And then finally when it came down to it, what really mattered when it asked was at the end. Alright. Huh. I'm kind of tempted to say this. All of us must plan for the inevitable. Even if we cooperate, Eothas wins. Let's say that.
Do you think so little of our chances? The Huana are built to outlast, I say.
Yeah, I think outlasting is still Eothas winning.
Deadfire's last cataclysm stripped the tribes of Ukaizo. This one will bring it back to us. All of this is meant to be.
Onikaza balls her hand into a fist and nods, flaring her nostrils. It's weird, she sees this as a cataclysm, as him destroying the wheel. When I don't think it will have, like, the effects of a natural disaster where there's, like, a massive explosion or flood or something like that. Right? Is that me incorrectly reading the situation, or is that her incorrectly reading the situation?
Ukaizo? What's the lost city of gold got to do with a god on a rampage?
Using the barrel of her gun, she tips her hat back curiously. Eothas is going there to break the reincarnation cycle. Eothas is going to shatter life and death, while the rest of you bicker over land rights. No more second or third chances. This may be the last life we ever live. Let's be upfront. Let's be as transparent as possible. Eothas is going there to break the reincarnation cycle.
Well, Fuck, if that doesn't put things into perspective. But what's that even mean in the long run? Folks who die won't be coming back again.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great question, Aldis. You're a lot more wise than you would let on. Their souls will be trapped in the in-between. Maybe not at first, but eventually Eora will be starved of life. So is that true? Or is this my read on the situation? Huh. You can't just arrive late and expect me to explain everything. It's possible, I don't know. This isn't exactly common. Oh, okay, yeah, so this is us just speculating. You can't just arrive late and expect me to explain everything. Yeah, I don't know. It's possible I don't know. This isn't exactly common. Because we don't know... Because if Eora would eventually be starved of life by breaking the reincarnation cycle, what did the original Ingwithans do? How did they survive? How did they come to propagate? Like, how did life begin on Eora? Did it not? Are they aliens? Are they from a different dimension, a different realm, a different planet? I have no clue. Huh. Like, it can't be just starved of life, can it? Was there not some sort of system for having people persist before the wheel? That's the big question at the moment that no one knows the answer to. Maybe... No, surely the gods would know, right? Because they were around then. They knew how it happened, how it went down. Yeah, let's be transparent. I don't know. It's possible, I don't know. This isn't exactly common.
This is all dark and foreboding sounding. But what's it mean for my soul? I mean, I like the idea of pirating throughout the Great Beyond as much as the next gal. But if, say, I got no awareness after I die, does it even matter what happens?
Oh my god. Jesus, this game is gonna send me into a fucking existential crisis. Yeah, this is the kind of shit I would think about years ago alone by myself. Fair enough. Alright, continue.
Of course you have no interest past that of your eyes and your stomach. Let us speak now of what can be done. Must be done. Watcher, you know best of all of us what our options are.
Our only hope is to reason with him. Every cannon in Eora couldn't slow him down. More answers could become apparent when we land on Ukaizo. Say nothing. Yeah, I think that's our best bet, is to try and just get more information. Right? Because we can't fucking stop him. Right? There's no way we could... Maybe we could? But how? You would need, like, another Godhammer bomb that's like 10 times the size. And you would need it really fast. Yeah, even a volcano and a massive super tsunami couldn't stop him. Also, in the area of there, is that tsunami going to have effects on the local area? Or, like, how did Andra control and stop the after effects of that? Did she even? Same goes for the volcano, of course, but that said, you know, it was already kind of like an ashen area. It's not like an area where the volcano was inactive, right? It had already been active. Yeah, we just need more information. More answers could become apparent when we land on Ukaizo.
The Huana made compacts with the gods on lost Ukaizo. Anything can happen on the shores of our ancestors.
Onikaza nods.
I say it is a place where mortals can reach beyond themselves, do freely what animancers struggle to dream.
Oh my god. Queen Onikaza, I'm beginning to tire of your whole situation here. Everything you got going on. Not like before, I was pretty wary of how quickly she was to just sweep a whole lot of the suffering of, like, the poor of her people, like the lower class citizens of the Huana. I was quite annoyed and wary of that. But now, in the face of this, she's just, like, touting her like usual go-to lines and stuff. It feels like. Maybe not. Maybe I'm reading into it too poorly in her favor, but that's what it feels like. She's very much in, like, politician mode right now.
We have to act quickly. Defending Ukaizo is the highest priority.
A pensive, focused look sharpens the lines on her face. She scratches her cheek with the fingers of her wooden hand. And like this, I don't fucking know.
Our ships are fast and well-equipped. We could sail to the edge of Andra's mortar. See if Eothas' passage opens a way through the storms.
She narrows her eyes, watching the others.
Of course, finding Ukaizo once we're through is another matter.
I can sense Eothas in Andra's mortar. My soul calls out from inside him. If you can get me through Andra's mortar, I can take you to Ukaizo. You want to find Ukaizo? With Eothas on his way, I'm an Ukaizo compass. Good luck finding him without me. I just happen to know his bearing. Let's see. Let's go with the third one here. They all roughly guess the same place. I'm an Ukaizo compass.
That's so. You just might be able to save us.
She scratches her chin, an eager glimmer in her eyes. Takehu rocks back on his heels, nodding to himself because prideful.
We speak of collectively sailing for Andra's mortar, but this crown will not support any plan that involves a single outsider ship landing on the shores of Ukaizo.
A hush falls across the room as Onikaza makes her proclamation.
It is for this moment that the gods test me. Anyone who seeks to cross Andra's mortar will learn that the gates of Ukaizo are the end of compromise with the Huana.
Oh, fuck. We're not here to debate over territory. Our souls are in jeopardy. Can everyone agree to an armistice while we work through this crisis? Arguing like this is going to get us all killed, or worse. Listen. Yeah, can we, strike up an armistice? I doubt it, but let's try.
I don't mean to let Eothas end us while we bicker. But the fate of Ukaizo is not exclusively a Huana concern.
Right.
I think I'm getting the gist of it now.
She rubs the barrel of her gun under her jaw thoughtfully. Then she crooks you a cunning grin.
While these witless princocks go at each other's throats, we Principi will cut through the storms and plunder the City of Gold. Whatever Eothas is seeking in those ruins, we'll find it. And then we'll sell it to the highest bidder.
Oh, fuck me.
Or me and mine will have front row seats to the end of the world.
If the Huana cannot take back our beginning, then our end fast approaches. The gods will judge us by our devotion to Ukaizo.
Okay, yeah.
Are you going to guard it as closely as you've guarded your palace today?
She shoots a meaningful stare at the pirates. This scene here is accomplishing exactly what it is set out to do, which is to, after this immense and powerful moment and sequence with Team Watcher and Eothas there at the volcano, all of this is supposed to seem so fucking petty in the light of all of the shit going on. All of this is supposed to be just exasperating to the nth degree, and holy shit, they nailed it. She shoots a meaningful stare at the pirates.
Ukaizo was yours once, and you lost it. Meanwhile, the storms that cover Andra's mortar plague Rauatai too. We will help the Watchers stop Eothas, but we will not leave our country's future in soft hands. We hope the Watcher agrees.
She nods to you.
Watcher, there are two kinds of people in the Deadfire. Those who have called it home since time immemorial, and opportunists.
Onikaza glares at the assembled dignitaries.
With Ukaizo under our control, the Huana would restore order as it has not been seen since the days of our ancestors.
She nods slowly, holding your gaze all the while.
By your own deeds, you have no part in these plans. I ask that you do not interfere in the work of the Huana.
Onikaza tips her head down, her eyes dark and full of restrained fury. It might just be your imagination, but the temperature of the hall seems to grow cooler.
Order. And the only question is whether it will be the order of ignorance and tradition, or else of conquest. The secrets to be found in Ukaizo could elevate us all beyond the telling. I will not relinquish that dream so easily.
Man, you sound like you just want to repeat history. With that, Castol turns to stride away, his shoulders set in a rigid line. Without so much as a final farewell, Aldis tips her head to her armed crew, and the pirates withdraw as swiftly as they arrived.
Watcher, I say the time to play at freelancing is at an end. Any of us could get you to Ukaizo, but only one of us will stand by your side.
Studying you carefully, Onikaza nods and gestures for her attendants to clear the room.
Let's speak, Watcher, while we have the chance.
With everything going on at once, I wondered if... Gods, if we could talk.
Something on your mind? You can talk to me about anything, Maya, maybe later. Something on your mind?
Can we take a detour to the officer's lounge in the Brass Citadel? I could use a drink.
Maya shrugs and tips her head. Won't any tavern do? Maybe later, if we have time. Let's be off. Yeah, maybe later, because we're kind of in the middle of some intense shit here. Will this suffice?
I appreciate it, Captain. Hope you don't mind if I gather my thoughts on the way.
She releases a heavy sigh and nods. Alright, holy shit, and also Takehu would like to speak. So here we have audience with a bunch of people. Prince Aruihi wants to talk, and oh no wait, you were just saying, yeah, the Palace Chanter was just saying some bullshit. Okay, well, it seems like we need to make a choice. Honestly, I'm tempted to side with, what was their name? That one tribe of Hoana that we had encountered who we went there with Aloth for his personal quest. Like, can we somehow ally with them? They don't have much of like a standing military force, but we're not exactly looking for one, are we? We're looking for a way to get in there. Which they may have a way for that. They would be my first pick if I have to think of all the factions, minor and major, and pick a side. They would be my first choice. Then maybe Aldis is Principe, right? I think those would be my picks. I'm not sure. And maybe not siding with Onikaza also locks us off from that group, assuming they even are an option. Certainly it felt like it, right? I would assume so, in a similar way to where it seems like you could be either allied with Ferrante's or Aldis's Principe, it seems. Whew, man, some very complicated and very good shit, right? This almost seems similar to in the first game. Remember when you had to pick a god, or no, it was a set of gods to help you go down into those depths at Twin Elms. I forgot what it was to survive the jump, right? This seems very similar to that. Alright, well, when next we come back, we still got a lot more talking to do and a lot more thinking just as well. Until next time, please take care of each other.